live at 5.
What's the date, Imogen?
It's Monday, April the 11th, Paul Wantore.
I put it right there because you always love to mention the date.
I do like to mention the date.
So this way I'll know the date. Hi everyone.
Hello, come in.
Come on in.
Us. We have a very special guest today, don't we?
Oh my God, Llana, who's awesome, who's so good. And he has an album coming out, and he's going in again as the King, and the King and I. Biggest hit on Broadway.
Huge hit.
And he's awesome, and he has a ponytail, and I love it.
Yeah.
So
okay,
we'll get to him.
But let's get through the news quickly.
Yeah, let's do that.
Britney Spears.
What about her?
She might apparently heading to London's West End. To that very prestigious venue, the London Palladium.
So talk about pantos. This is a pantomime, right?
Pantomime.
It's like a holiday thing.
It's like a holiday thing. Limited engagements. Often have huge stars. Sort of.
Always the best actors too, because I remember last year Priscilla Presley did one. She did the Aladdin one.
Soap opera stars and so forth. And look, it's just a great big family tradition, like a musical comedy.
Is it? Did you go to a lot when you were a young lass? No, you
didn't. I did a lot of. I was lucky enough to go to a lot of other theatre.
Okay, yeah.
But it's often kids' first introduction to theatre. Okay. It's a big deal.
So she might be Cinderella.
She might be Cinderella.
Such a big deal.
And they paid a lot of money to be Cinderella for 5 weeks.
Yeah, they really do pay stars to go over there. And do you think she would be a draw over there?
Yeah, I mean it's at the London Palladium, which is 2,000 seats. Yeah. So you've got to have a big star. I
remember years ago there was talk that she was going to go into Sweet Charity on Broadway. When Christina Applegate was doing it, there were rumors that Britney Spears was going to go into it. So that never happened. No. So maybe this will happen.
Maybe this will happen. Well, she's currently in Vegas. You know, she can hop across the pond or something. Right. Sutton Foster.
Holding my breath.
Sutton Foster did a Gilmore Girls Q&A.
Yes, we talked to Sutton. And she said that when she was on set and she got to do a scene. So when she and Christian were married, they binged Gilmore Girls, Christian Borle, and he fell in love with the show because of her. So when the whole thing happened, I guess Amy, what's her name, Sherman Palladino, am I saying it right?
I think so.
She had this idea of putting them both in, and Sutton said that when she filmed a scene with Lauren Graham, she cried afterwards. That's how much she freaked out about being on set.
So there we go. Check out that story. Leading on odds and ends today, Hugh Jackman's tips for James Corden hosting the Tonys. I don't think James Corden needs any tips personally. He's hosted the Brit Awards in the UK.
He's going to be great.
So many times, and that's way more complicated than the Tonys. Sorry.
But the tip was to go into the audience during commercial breaks and to talk to people. That was his tip. That was his tip. Right? That was,
also in odds and ends today, Ariana Grande tapped Jason Robert Brown, who of course was the composer of her Broadway debut, 13, way back when. 13. And he played for her on the MTV Movie Awards last night.
I know, and when I heard that, I thought, oh my God, she sang something from the last 5 years, but she didn't.
She didn't. This is interesting. One to watch here. Baz Luhrmann's Strictly Ballroom, which has been long in the works.
Right, I've been waiting for this forever.
Bowed in Australia in 2014, went to the UK over this past Christmas, is finally making it to North America next year,
Canada.
April, May, to Canada.
Right.
Now, does this mean it's the same coming in? It sometimes does.
Right.
But
it could. A lot of shows take that path. That's what Priscilla did. Priscilla went there first and then came in.
And Come From Away is doing that.
Oh yeah, right.
Which is big buzz.
Big
buzz about that show.
I know.
Okay, Santino Fontana, Josh Radnor, and more are set for Vassar. I've never been to Vassar, have you?
Yes, I have. A lot of great shows have started there. And so, but Santino's doing a reboot. I guess Roundabout hired him to rewrite Smell of the Grease Paint, Roar of the Crowd.
Which is a Leslie Bricusse classic.
Right, which is a show I don't know. I've never been able to see it, but I guess Santino's sort of rebooting it and doing it up there.
Good for
and the other, but also the Go-Go's musical. You love 80s music.
I do love 80s music.
We talk about American Psycho all the time. Imogen can't stop singing it, apparently.
Yes.
And there's a Go-Go's musical called Head Over Heels.
Well, there we are.
So that's super exciting. So that's also trying out at Vassar.
It was a debut today of Andrew Keenan Bolger's Forever 17 blog.
Yes. Which he actually edited mostly himself because he's a little filmmaker, as we know, on top of everything else. So it's really slick. Like, you wait till you see how beautifully it's shot. It's the best shot blog ever.
Best shot blog ever. Jen Krakowski was on the Today Show. Have a quick look at the video we got up on the side of that. Happy Birthday Matilda opened on April the 11th, 2013. We have a fun little feature going on for that.
Yep.
Nick Cordero. I had a one-on-one.
Oh yeah, you interviewed him.
I did.
So what did you learn about? Now Waitresses. Everyone's touting it as like it's an all-girl show. And then he's the guy, and he's kind of a bad guy.
He's naughty. He's a baddie.
What did you learn? What was the most exciting thing about hanging out with him?
We talked about that. We talked a lot about his outfit in Brooklynite, which was an off-Broadway show and he was in a lot of pleather.
Yeah.
So we spent some time going through the pleather. I
Why
don't
not?
know why.
It's very
but
memorable.
you know when you have Nick Cordero right there?
Look, Jeffrey just said you were great on Theatre Talk this week.
Thank you.
You were on
I
Theatre
wasn't
Talk
nice
with
to
Michael
us
Reno,
again.
and Jeffrey watched it.
I told him to shut up, like
How
I
was,
normally do.
as you do. How was Pump It? It was a lot of fun. Alicia Umpress, who was here a couple weeks ago. Oh my God, that girl can sing.
Sing.
Sang.
Do a thing.
Yeah.
Happy first performance to Rory O'Malley in Hamilton tonight. He begins his reign as King George.
Right.
Right. Walk of
Okay,
Fame
so this
stuff.
just happened in LA. So Cyndi Lauper and Harvey Fierstein are on the Hollywood Walk of Fame now. There's Cindy posing very triumphantly. See that? It's nice.
She looks great.
And then here's Harvey Fierstein posing like Mae
Oh.
West or something, like a drag queen. So there they are. So they are now part of Hollywood royalty. There should be a Broadway Walk of Fame.
You know who's got one of those? Britney Spears.
Of course. Wait. There's one thing you didn't talk about.
What did I not talk
The
about?
siblings. We're announcing the siblings. We did a siblings list of your favorite siblings. What'd you
Yes,
do for
we
Siblings
did.
Day? Anything? I didn't even post to my brother on Siblings Day on Facebook because he wouldn't read it. But did you do anything?
No.
No. Well,
I live 3,000 miles away from my family. What
that's
am I
what
supposed
social
to do? Go
media.
home for a
Social
day?
media. You're supposed to put a touching photo from your past.
I did, and then decided I didn't. I wasn't about to do it this year. I have done it in years past, and then I thought that was just.
I never heard of Siblings Day until like a year ago. But we did a poll of your favorite siblings, and these are the top 5. Number 5 is those adorable Fun Home kids.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4 is the Bottoms from Something Rotten.
Oh, I like the Bottoms.
Of course we love, everybody loves the
fun.
Bottoms.
Yeah.
Number 3 is those Fiddler girls, the Fiddler girls.
They are,
of
yeah.
course, the sisters, Matchmaker. Number 2, of course, Alphaba and Nessa Rose.
Of course.
Because Wicked has to
Yeah.
be in the top. I'm surprised it's not number 1.
Well, it was a number 1 the other week as well. It's
But
surprised
number
us.
1, the Schuyler sisters. I mean, come on.
Of course.
In Hamilton, you can't beat that.
You can't.
So, that's it. Is that all you got?
I'm going.
All right, let's get Jose Llana in here. Everybody, Jose Llana.
Hello.
Oh, that's the wrong button. I hit the laugh button. I hit the laugh track.
It's very hilarious. I'm hilarious.
Where are you?
Hilarious.
Jose Llana.
Thank
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
So good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Now, I realize today's a very special day. Something happened 20 years ago.
Yes,
Today, you made your Broadway debut.
I did.
To this day, and it's a total accident that you're here today.
Completely.
Like, we didn't book it for that reason.
I was actually going to bring up you did good work there.
20 years ago,
my
opening
gosh.
night of The King and I,
Yes.
the last Broadway revival of The King and I.
Yes.
You were Lunta, and you were awesome, and that was your first Broadway gig.
Yes, it was.
First of many now.
Thank you.
But you were, I remember it, I love that production. It was all
beautiful.
gold, right?
Yeah.
Just gold.
Lots of
You guys-
elephants. Big elephants everywhere.
So 20 years ago today, opening night, were you terrified?
I was beside myself, terrified.
Yeah?
I mean, the opening story I tell is that I completely messed up the lyric of my first
On
song.
opening night?
I come out and I start singing and I switch the first verse with the second verse.
Okay.
And I started saying "we speak in a whisper" before,
Uh-huh.
and then I correct myself mid-word, and it came out "we spiss in a shadow," and that was the song for the rest of the night.
You were awesome. And how are you now? So now you're in the new, this is so exciting.
I am.
So you're in the new smash hit revival of The King,
Of
which
The
is
King.
very different.
Very different.
Very different vision of the
Yes.
show, right?
It's kind of amazing. It's a great way to revisit this beautiful piece of theater completely from a different angle.
How would you
right?
describe the two different, what's the difference for you?
You know, the aesthetics are very different. Chris Renshaw and Bartletshire could not be more different in their approach to the piece. They've actually brought out a lot more of what Lady Tiang and the Young Lovers do, and more than what we did back then. And it's just, and also, like the Kelly and Donna Murphy could not be more different. So
True,
it was great.
that's so true.
It was beautiful.
And so you got to play the King opposite
did.
Kelly,
I did last year.
right? And how was that?
Fantastic.
Now you're young in history terms. You're young
Right.
to play. You're
little.
actually. Can I tell everyone what's happening in a month?
Yeah.
You're turning 40.
Yes, I am.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
So you're a 39-year-old king. Although
Yeah.
plot-wise, that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
It totally
Right.
makes sense that he would be. But I guess
Totally.
you kind of think of like an older guy maybe doing it, right?
Exactly. And also since then, a lot of people associated it with Yul Brynner, obviously, and he
Right.
aged 30 years while he did it so many times.
Aaron
so,
said
like,
you look 26.
well, thanks, Aaron. I really appreciate that.
We have really good lighting. No, he does. He looks great. Yeah. So is it weird to graduate to the King?
It was, it was a very sentimental experience to sort of reapproach the show and to go back to the piece. And when I was there last year, so many of my original cast from 20 years ago came and saw the show, including Donna. She actually came and saw it twice. And Lou Diamond Phillips came.
Lou Diamond Phillips.
It was kind of
La
great.
Bamba.
It was
I love Lou Diamond. He was awesome in that. I wish he did another Broadway. Yeah, how do we get him to do another one?
Oh, just hey Lou,
hey Lou, what's up? What's up, Lou?
Get him out. So it was great, and a lot of the cast, actually, a lot of my cast members from 20 years ago are in the current cast. So
I know,
so
it's crazy.
Sakura and Greg Zane, actually, who was in the ensemble before, now he does all the Jerome Robbins pieces in this revival. So and you're going back in. We should talk about. I'm going back
for 2 weeks.
Just for 2 weeks.
On the 19th, right?
Yes.
And who's your Anna? So Kelly's leaving this weekend.
Yes.
It's like a rotating talent pool over there.
It's just lots of talent being thrown in and out. It's great. You know, I'm going on with the beautiful Annalisa Leeming.
Right. So she's been Kelly's standby.
Yes.
And she's doing it for 2 weeks, and Mary Maisie starts.
Yes.
Right.
And actually, Annalisa and I
Daniel Day Kim.
And Daniel Day Kim.
Right.
A lot of kings. And so Annalisa and I actually have already done it together once before. So she went on while I was there last year. So,
cool. Yeah. So you excited to go back in?
I am very excited. We kind of been joking with each other via social media because she's a huge Bernie supporter and I'm a big Hillary supporter. So watch them sparks fly.
Well, that works for the role, right? You need that. You need those sparks.
Huge.
Just think of politics when you're on stage. You have to be angry at her.
It's all politics at the King and I.
And it's all politics. So something else is happening May 13th.
Yes.
You will already be 40. Sorry for bringing it up. But what's happening then?
Well, I've got an album coming out.
I know. I'm excited for it.
And it all goes back to Lincoln Center. It's all inspired from my concert. I did it for the songbook series last year for the American Songbook.
Which I didn't see. I missed it.
It's okay.
You want to sing anything?
We did a concert. Lincoln Center asked me to do a concert for Songbook series last March. Which is actually a big honor. It was, they asked people who really deserve that kind of. And it wouldn't even something you could pursue. The offer came, and I was like, really, me? And coincidentally, I remember specifically, the concert was March 13th. It was the first preview of The King and I.
Oh wow!
And we were literally across the street.
Wow.
From there at the Kaplan Penthouse, and it was a beautiful night, and it was a night, and Kim Grigsby is my musical director, and we just put together this concert that was basically kind of a celebration of my 19 years at that time working, and the album is very much an inspiration from that.
So it's called Altitude.
Yes.
Which is a word I only think of when I'm at an airport.
Okay.
Or flying on a plane.
Good. I want you to think.
Why is it called that?
Altitude. It's in reference to a lyric from one of the Adam Gettle songs that I sang at the Public Theater in '98 called Icarus. And it's unlimited altitude and sort of give you the jumping off and the risk and flight. So
Adam Gettle writes very highbrow songs, but you also are singing about Chip's issue over at Spelling Bee, aren't you? Remember that guy? Does anyone remember Chip?
Tolentino.
Hello. He had to walk with the books in front of him, didn't he?
Well, I think just in our, it's the word ERECTIO, it doesn't, we don't say that. It's just his Chip's Lament is what the name of the song. It's called Chip's Lament, but what did you actually sing? We can say it. It's Broadway.com. It's edgy. It's my erection. My unfortunate erection. Yeah. So are you excited to have that again? I am. An unfortunate erection and to sing that song? For every piece of art, you need the highbrow and the lowbrow. Exactly. I agree with that. Lowbrow, but what else is on the album? It's a lot of Adam Gettle. It's from that concert, and it's a lot of Bill Finn, and it's also a lot of Arjen Hammerstein. I do my Lunta music, and I also do the King. I did my version of A Puzzlement on it, and I also do a lot of David Byrne from Here Lies Love. And you have a special guest from Here Lies Love. I do. The woman who every Broadway show from now on, I have to be married because we can't seem to not do a show without being married, is Ruthie Ann Miles. Tony winner, Ruthie Ann Miles. How exciting was that when she won a Tony? Right? Oh my God. Right? I loved it. Did see Here Lies Love? That was such a great show. You've done a lot of really good stuff. Thank you. I'm very lucky. You must feel really good when you look at your resume. Do you look at your resume and go, I feel good? No. You also were a Flower Drum Song with Lea Salonga. You got to play Angel and Ren. Yes. Right? What else? You got to do a lot. Yeah, I've done. It's in. There's some there, and you have to balance that with the ones that weren't so successful, obviously. Right. Too. Of course. Yeah, Martin Gare. Remember Martin? Martin Gare. Remember that? Of course. There's multiple versions of Martin Gare. Oh my goodness! And I think they're retooling it again. Wait, where were you in Martin Gare? We toured the country with them. Oh, you were in the tour? Yes. The Boo-Boo? The Schlumberg version? We started at the Guthrie, went all around the country for 2 months. I remember that. And you know who was on that tour with me? Who? Hunter Foster, Aaron Gilly. Wow. Steve Von Trapp. There were a lot of people on that.
Talent. It's a talent.
Huge talent.
Those two, Aaron and Stephen, they now have beautiful children.
I know.
I see them on Facebook.
Started on the Twitter.
Hi, kids. So Minneapolis shout out. Someone's very excited. Someone from Minneapolis is very excited that you mentioned the Guthrie.
Oh my goodness, dude.
So that's pretty awesome.
Thanks.
That you're going back in King and I gotta come see it.
Please do. Please do.
What is it like? Does it immediately feel like it's in your skin now? Again, when you go back in, obviously they see you as a great person who can sort of like come in when they
jump in.
Yeah.
I mean, the show is. I know the show so well, but at the same time, I go back into I go to the theater tomorrow just to officially rehearse for a week before I jump in.
Oh, you have a full week rehearsal.
Yeah, and I'm
That's
petrified. Cool. I'm like, I'm having like panic nightmares when I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, go to my script and go, what was that word on page 43? And I'm just now getting. I think tomorrow night when I watch the show again for the first time in months, it'll start getting back into my body.
You have to be very not smiley when you're the king.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
It's all so
and like my shoulders are up to my.
Oh, is it a shoulder
angry.
thing?
He's just very angry.
That's a good tip. That's a good tip for anyone who's doing the King and I in community theater this summer. If you're the king, just shoulders.
But isn't it that kind of nightmare that I think a lot of actors get? It's like to be called in for a role that you haven't played in months.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I can do it, and you walk on, and you're like. Freeze on stage.
You can't take for granted. You actually have to prepare.
Exactly.
So what? Do you have any dream roles? People love to hear dream roles.
Oh my gosh, dream roles?
Yeah, dream big. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to do Company.
Ah.
Yeah, because I think I'm actually the right age for it now.
Yeah.
To play Bobby and
Bobby baby.
We'll
Bobby
see.
booby.
Put that out there, Mr. Sondheim.
What girl part do you want to play? Bamboo asked.
What girl part do I want to play?
He wants to play Joanne in Company.
Of course.
Who doesn't?
Duh. How about Pacific? Oh.
The Engineer in Miss Saigon. People have ideas.
Yeah.
People have ideas.
That's coming in.
That's coming in.
They're doing the movie.
That guy was good though. Oh yeah, do the movie. Do the movie.
Yeah,
do the movie. Yeah. Let's get the movie.
We're gonna get there.
Okay, so let's remind everyone. So you're going into King and I next week.
A week from Tuesday. A week from tomorrow.
Week from tomorrow.
Yeah.
And your album comes out on
May 13th.
And you turn 30 on. No, don't worry about it.
Cinco de Mayo.
Do you want to do a little bit of? Is it? Oh, Cinco de Mayo is your birthday?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it's a big party day.
It is a big day.
Does that fit your lifestyle? That your birthday is Cinco de Mayo, or are you more chill?
Although it was a pretty rockin' 21st birthday when we went to a Mexican bar and I showed them my driver's license. And
You're like,
what? And about 9 bottles of tequila found their way down my throat. It was kind of amazing.
Wow. So how was Seis de Mayo that year? How was that? How was that morning?
I don't know. I woke up on Cinque de Mayo. No, what? Cinque? No, what's 8? No.
Ocho.
Lost the joke. I just completely messed
Ocho.
up. Ocho de Mayo. I woke up.
Okay. And happy 20th Broadway anniversary. We haven't had a 20th Broadway anniversary on Live at 5 yet.
Oh my goodness.
I'm so thrilled you're here.
And I was 14 when I played that.
You were. I know. It was so amazing.
I already just told you I was 14, so it's not gonna work.
Thank you so much for being here. It's good to see you as always.
Appreciate it.
And everyone, we'll see you tomorrow on Live at 5.